all you haters out there, fuck you. This is not a fucking hobby. You're listening to the most non-relevant, relevant sports show on the internet. He's a combat veteran turned entrepreneur turned sports journalist. And she has an IQ higher than your entire family combined. It's the S3, and it starts right now.
What's going on, everybody? You are listening to the S3. I'm JD. She, Ms. Lady M, Ms. Marnie Tisdale. Jeff Demers here with you. And today, we've got some Texas Motor Speedway chaos we're going to go over for this weekend. First race starts in like an hour.
Yeah, trucks are back.
Yeah, we're going to talk DFS strategy that you're going to need for this weekend. The DBacks trying to stop the bleeding. Unfortunately, that did not happen today. And also, we got a brand new game that's going to test Lady M's intelligence.
Oh, no.
Actually, not really, because I think I would fail on every one of these. It's called Spell My Name, B, where we're going to go over, instead of you saying spelling bee.
Yeah, I got it. Right, I got cool. The fun.
All right. All names of players that the Diamondbacks have played in the last, 2 or 3 series. So,
right.
We'll see how good you do. But we'll save that for the end. But first, what's first? I don't even know.
Headlines and horrible dad jokes.
Oh, that's right. So the headlines may or may not be horrible, but the dad jokes definitely are. If you want to send in dad jokes, we actually got a listener that sent in a dad joke for us. Today, we'll give her a shout out in a second. We will probably use it because it can't be any worse than the ones I've already used. But let's get to the first headline. Headline number 1, the Arizona Diamondbacks second baseman Ildemaro Vargas extended his hitting streak today to 27 games, breaking the major league record for a Venezuelan native. Vargas singled back in the middle of the first inning against Chicago White Sox at Wrigley Field today. Vargas' career best streak dates back to September 26th of last season. His 24-game streak to start this season is a franchise record to start the season. The record for the longest hitting streak during the season for a Diamondbacks player belongs to some guy named Luis Gonzalez. And that is 30 games. So he's inching into that.
Yeah, he's pretty close. He's not that far off. We kind of need
actually,
that right now.
he surpassed, with today's hit, a very beloved player here, former beloved player here by the name of Paul Goldschmidt. So he's getting up there in some uncharted territory here.
Sure.
Pretty good.
We'll take it.
All right, first joke. This one was sent in by Julie Howard. What's up, Julie? What's going on? Here's the joke. All right, ready for this?
Yes.
What do you call a cow that has given birth?
I don't know.
Decaffeinated. That is good stuff there. I like that one. Headline number 2, the Houston Rockets are trying to become just the 5th team in NBA history to come back from being down 3-0 and force a Game 7 in the NBA playoffs. No teams have successfully come back to win the series. The last to try were our 2023 Boston Celtics against the Miami Heat.
Yeah, we all know how that went.
Yeah.
Poor Jason.
I have another cow joke for you. So instead of dad jokes, I guess we're doing cow jokes. How do cows stay up to date?
I have no idea.
They read the newspaper. The newspaper. All right, moving on. That was bad. I should have just said how.
I was trying to make like a calendar joke, but I was pretty sure that wasn't where it was going.
I should have just said Julie's and stopped right there. But that's why we need you to send your dad jokes in. If you have a pretty good dad joke, go ahead and put it in the comments. We'll see if we can read it on our next show next week. Am I in next week? Yep, I'm in next week. I'm covering the Pirates game Tuesday through Thursday. So next Friday, we're on. All right. The Arizona Cardinals rookie running back Jeremiah Love, recently drafted number 3 overall in the 2026 NFL Draft, is the early favorite to win Offensive Rookie of the Year over Titans wide receiver Cardell Tate and Raiders quarterback Fernando Mendoza. A lot of hype, a lot of love. Which finally, in the society that we live in today, we finally are starting to feel the love. So, good thing. We can all everybody, wants love. Love is all we need. And all those signs that are going to be all over the mark. Well, it turns out, though, like they're going to say love is all we need, but it turns out that we may also need a defense for the Cardinals.
Right.
And they didn't really do much to address that. So
they sure didn't.
we'll probably be picking bottom 5 again next season, if not number 1 overall. All right. Someone complimented my parking today. I don't know if you know this. They left a sweet little note on my windshield that said parking fine. I was like, thank you. You're so nice. Take the time and write that note.
More passive aggressive to me. How are you? Fine.
Parking fine. All right, moving on. Headline number 4, multiple Game 6s tonight in both the NHL and the NBA. In the NHL, you have the Lightning at the Canadiens, where Montreal leads that series 3-2. You have the Sabres at the Bruins. Buffalo leads that series 3-2. Okay. You have the Golden Knights at the Mammoth, formerly the Phoenix Coyotes, who couldn't do a damn thing here in the desert. But as soon as they moved to cold weather, all of a sudden they're a freaking playoff team.
Right.
Hey, ownership matters.
It's the ownership down here.
Ownership matters. Trust me on that one. So, but the Golden Knights actually lead that series 3-2. In the NBA, you have the Pistons at the Magic. The Pistons are the number 1 seed. They are currently losing that series to the Orlando Magic 3-2. The Cavaliers at the Raptors. Cleveland leads that 3-2. And the Lakers at the Rockets. I want to see the Rockets come back and finish that off.
That'd be fantastic.
Not just because I don't like the Lakers, but like that's historical.
That's a nice underdog thing, yeah.
So we're cheering that on.
About my underdogs.
All right. I'm Buzz Aldrin, second man to step on the moon. Kneel before me. Did you get that?
I did. I wonder if anybody's ever told him that joke, because I feel like Buzz Aldrin, of all people, would use it. Or would have used it. I can't remember.
I'm sure he's used that. That's too good. That is just too good.
Kneel before me. That's fun.
Oh, that's fun. Great. All right, what's next?
NASCAR at Texas Motor Speedway and DFS strategy.
All right, so we got a lot to talk about here about NASCAR. Let's start real quick with the Cup Series. Let me see if I can pull up my team so I can give you a good idea, because that starts in 45 minutes. Let's start with the Truck Series. We'll start from bottom and work our way up. So Friday up to Sunday. All right, so the schedule for the Truck Series. The race is the SpeedyCash.com 250. That is today, kicking off in about 45 minutes, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That, again, is at Texas Motor Speedway, which, by the way, if you didn't know, is a 1.5 mile asphalt oval, also known in the NASCAR world as an intermediate track. The purse for this race is a $789,700. I only speak in thousands. All right. I don't worry about the little numbers. I mean, come on. You can watch this on TV on FS1 at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or listen if you're old school on radio NRN, Sirius XM NASCAR Channel 90. The distance for this race, 250.5 miles. That is 167 laps. Stage 1 will end on lap 40. Stage 2 ends on lap 80. And the final stage ends on lap 167. Top 5 stories to look at for this race. We'll count backwards. Number 5, Ford Drought Watch. Ford has not won at Texas in the Truck Series since June of 2000. That is a 46 race gap.
26 years.
You know, for a place that claims to have the number 1 American trucks. Not on the NASCAR circuit, apparently. You can't win at Texas. which is like one of the most American states of America.
Right.
Like, come on, you got to race. You got to race while at Texas.
Yep.
You also need to have a fiddle in the band. Did you get that one? Did you get that? You got that joke too. Oh God, she's on top of stuff. All right. First, don't start singing it. I'm sorry. I put it in your head. It's now in my head. Oh my God. All right, number 4. It is the first 1.5 mile race in 343 days for the Truck Series. That is the longest gap since the series began running 1.5 mile tracks.
Interesting.
Number 3, something to watch for. Late race chaos is highly likely, Brain.
Yeah.
6 of the last 7 Texas truck races had a pass for the win in the final 9 laps.
I was totally thinking in my head, it's been a couple of weeks since they've raced, and that either means they're all going to look really good or it's just going to be fucking chaos. And I'm looks like statistically we're leaning towards the chaos side of that.
Right. Headline number 2, Kyle Busch is the headline. Going for his 5th straight Texas truck win and has 20 combined Texas wins across NASCAR's top 3 series. And we all know how well he's been winning at the top series.
Yeah.
Come on, Kyle.
He's still killing it in trucks and when he jumps down to O'Reilly.
Yep.
Just what's going on up there.
One, Texas's Truck Series History Central. This is the 52nd truck race at Texas, the most at any track. Let's talk DFS. DFS stands for Daily Fantasy Sports. I play on DraftKings. So let's talk strategy here as you've got about 43 minutes to get a team in.
Right.
Strategy for Texas trucks equals chaos plus late passes, high overtime rate plus late race moves, more variance than Cup or Xfinity. Lineup construction, you are looking at 1 to 2 dominators max. You're looking for 2 to 3 PD drivers. That is place differential because you get more points the more you move up. We'll talk about PD in a second. You also need like 1 to 2 chaos upside punts. Somebody that nobody's thinking of that you can just kind of squeeze in there that might be able to have a really good race.
It makes sense. So, you got to kind of play all the way across to get because the chaos is gonna fuck everything up. So you're giving yourself a wider spectrum for this one.
Place differential is going to be the key in this one. Ideal PD starting range is somewhere between P18 and P30. P stands for starting position 18th through position 30th. That is kind of a wide sweet spot, so you should have enough drivers in there to be able to choose from that not everybody else is choosing from. Why? Because you have more cautions, more chaos, more restarts. It's easier to move forward than the Cup Series and O'Reilly Series. And then, so what you're looking at is strategy plus attrition equals big PD swings. Big.
It is, but that's
the hot zone for PD is 20 to 28.
Okay.
All right. 18 to 30, you can find some people in there, get you some good points. But the hot zone, if you can find somebody between 20 and 28, that's the sweet spot. These guys benefit most from chaos and late restarts. The risk zones, try to stay away from unless you have somebody that's wicked good that's starting in the back for like just maybe they missed an inspection or
penalty or something, right?
I've got one of those on my team. I'll tell you who that is again. But P30 plus still very risky unless they show clear speed. Maybe it's just a penalty. Front row. Everybody wants to put the front row guys up there, but the only way they're going to get you points is if they dominate. And if they don't dominate, then you're dead.
Right.
So this is what I have for my race starting. Number 1, in 6th spot, I got Kyle Busch. He costs $11,000. I got Justin Haley, $6,900. I've got Majeski, Ty Majeski, at $8,800. So I got Kyle Busch starting in 6th. Haley starting in 24th. Majeski's in 20th.
Okay.
I've got William Sawalich, which we've mentioned quite a few times on this show, 21st. And I've got Wright in 26th. So all of those drivers are in the sweet spot. I do have one in the risk zone because that's Lane freaking Riggs. He does not need to be starting back there at all, but I'm
Right.
glad he did because he is going to get you some major upside in this race.
Right.
So Busch, Haley, Majeski, Riggs, Sawalich, right. Okay. Right. All right. So that is the truck series. I don't have O'Reilly and I don't have the Cup series lineups yet because, well, they haven't qualified yet. So you got to wait for them to qualify to see where they're starting. I will try and roll out my teams if I can get them into you on time on our Facebook page at the S3 Podcast so that you can get an idea of who to build and what's out there. All right, let's jump up to the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. This is the Andy's Frozen Custard 340. Have you ever had Andy's Frozen Custard?
No, I didn't know there was an Andy's Frozen Custard.
Neither did I. So
that's got to be a
never
Midwest,
had it. Right.
Texas thing.
It has to be a Texas thing. I was in Texas for a few years with the Army at Fort Hood. Never heard of Andy's Frozen Custard. All right. That is, will be at Saturday, May 2nd, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, such a 12:30 start out here out west. The purse, $1.753 million, because I don't worry about the small numbers. TV is on the CW at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can listen on PRN Radio or Sirius XM NASCAR Channel 90, in case you didn't know. The distance for this race is 300 miles. That's 200 laps. Stage 1 ends on lap 45. Stage 2 ends on lap 90. And the final stage on lap 200.
Here's a question about Andy's Frozen Custard. Why is it 340 and not 300? They rounded it up to a weird number on
purpose. That's a good question.
Well,
wait, is 200 laps 340 kilometers? Because they do that sometimes.
They do that sometimes.
You said do. All right. O'Reilly series.
It's interesting. 300 is just a nice fat round number, and they could have used that as all I'm getting at. Okay,
and I believe it's Andes. Actually, it's probably Andes because it's Texas. I don't think they talk like that. So let's talk about the top 5. Number 5, Kyle Larson returns as a major threat. Yeah. He won Texas last year. He has 9 straight top 5s in recent O'Reilly starts and is entered in the number 88.
Incredibly dominant at that level of racing.
Yep. Number 4, Junior Motorsports is rolling. At least one JRM car has finished top 10 in 68 straight races.
Oh, wow, that's good.
Corey Day got a little bit of momentum. He won last week, fresh off his first career win.
Yeah.
First non-cup Hendrick win since Kyle Busch in 2004. Mm-hmm. Congratulations to Corey Day.
What? We had a couple of new winners last week.
Yeah, we did. Shout out to Carson Hocevar. If I didn't put that in the notes up there, thanks for pointing that one out. Number 2, final Dash for Cash race. Sheldon Creed, Sammy Smith, Corey Day, and Brent Cruz race for the $100,000 bonus. I love how they do this for the lower levels because, I mean, the purse difference in the 2 races, you have $1.753 million versus $11.233 million. So what they do is they start out like the first 4 starters in the first race or something like that. They have 4 races. They have 4 drivers who I believe finished the 4 best of race prior. Will all race for the $100,000. You're racing the race too, but the best finisher of those 4 gets the $100,000. This is the final race for this. So pretty damn good stuff. So you might not win the race, but hey, you just pocketed $100,000. You know, because Kyle Larson, who by the way, Cup Series regulars don't qualify for those. So it's the best O'Reilly Series racer finishers.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yes, that's good.
So you got that $100,000, and then number 1, Justin Allgai's historic season. He is crushing it. He leads with 3 wins, 8 top 5s, and a record 161 stage points through 11 races.
Wow.
I can't do the math, but I'm pretty sure that's more than 10 points just added to his point standings per race.
Right.
That's huge.
It is.
All right. Jumping up to the big boys. The NASCAR Cup Series This is the Worth with some German stuff over the U. Worth 400 presented by Licky Moly. Licky Moly. I would name our kid that. This is our daughter, Licky Moly. Has nothing to do with the mole on her face. Just we decided to name her Licky Moly. Licky Moly Demers.
Like an Austin Powers where it just gets bigger and keeps moving around his face.
Moly. All right. It's the Licky Moly. It's the Worth 400 presented by Licky Moly. That is Sunday, May 3rd at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The purse, $11.233 million. We don't worry about the change on that one. The TV, it is on FS1 at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on radio, PRN of Sirius XM NASCAR Channel 90. Distance 400.5 miles. That is 267 laps. Stage 1 ends on lap 80. Stage 2 ends on lap 165. And the final stage ends on lap 267, pending overtake. All right, so your top 5, starting with number 5, the 1.5 mile trends matter. Winners on these tracks lately have often led fewer than 25 laps, with late passes deciding many races. One gentleman in particular is number 4, not number 4 Cup car driver, but number 4 on this list, Tyler Reddick's red hot season. His 5.9 average finish is the best through 10 races since 2020.
Yeah, kid's been on fire. One of the races we watched that he won, he was in 11th place, and he just decided
to go faster. I'm going to go faster than everybody.
It was crazy.
I think you mentioned that.
Yeah, there's a joke on Twitter I like where it says, my favorite part of racing movies is when the person realizes they're behind and they just decide to be faster. And I was like, oh my God, I've seen it in real life.
That's some days of
did it. Like, how do you even?
That's some days of thunder shit, right? I love, like, I don't know if you remember the movie. If you don't, shame on you. We'll definitely watch it again. But Days of Thunder,
like
when Cole Trickle is actually trying out for the team, and he's on the track, and he tells his pit crew chief, he goes, "I'm going to drop the hammer." He's already going at top speed. What are you dropping it down to?
See, but then in real life, we watched Tyler Reddick do it. So now I can't even argue that
he dropped the hammer.
As it happened, he dropped the fucking hammer.
That's what he did. He called his crew chief on the radio. He said, "I'm dropping the hammer." He said, "Fuck it, go for it." Sure.
Right.
I don't know why anybody else hasn't thought about this. He drops the hammer and goes around everybody. Everybody else as he's passing is like, "Fuck, why didn't I think of that? I should have dropped the hammer too." I've been holding on this whole time. I didn't know I could drop the hammer. Do I even have a hammer to drop in this car? Apparently he does, because he did.
Yeah, this one kid, this one season where he's literally on fire. Not
Tyler Reddick's having a great
NASCAR. I shouldn't even throw that out there.
Michael Jordan, I kind of feel bad for Bubba Wallace, who is quietly having a solid season, even though he caused a pretty bad wreck at Dega.
DNF'd a couple of times too.
That's what happens when you cause
all these wrecks,
big wrecks and stuff. Now, I don't want that to be what people think of Bubba as. He does put himself in a lot of bad positions.
Yeah, it's because he's trying to do something with it. It's just overall, backfiring.
He definitely belongs in the Cup Series versus moving him down to the O'Reilly Series. He is a very solid driver. He's got wins.
It would be hard not to feel a little salty when your teammate is doing what he's doing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to feel a little bit bad for him.
Yeah.
And here you are wrecking as the leader. You're wrecking the field.
Right.
That's an issue. But I think, he just – did he win that race last week? No, Carson Hocevar did. Shut up,
he
Carson
did not
Hocevar.
finish. He DNF'd because of it.
That's right. Carson Hocevar won. What did you think of the Hocevar celebration where he drove the car
it was out of
while
control.
sitting on his window?
I love when you could tell how genuinely excited they are for what happened because they just turn into fucking spazzes as it's going on, and that's what he did. He spazzed out so hard. He drove all the way around the track for no reason at all, and then when he came back around, he spent how long trying to drive through?
You know what? Hey, once he started going, he nailed it.
Like everything.
Yeah, he did that on purpose. I loved it. Loved it because that's something that everybody usually just does a burnout. Yeah. You know, everybody usually just does a burnout until the tires are down. And
he's been a top-notch Cup Series driver since he got to the series, but this being his first win. He deserved the celebration. I did get like palpitations when he was hanging out of his window without a helmet on, crashed into the wall, and the car started like turning a little bit. I was like, you're gonna hurt me.
Hey, I'm just gonna drop this in here. Professional driver, closed course. Do not try this at home.
Yeah,
all right.
For real. It was
like
it was a.
How many rednecks do you think are trying that? You know, just I could drive. You know, while sitting on my window. Come on,
if you want to keep your car, you don't crash it into a wall for the burnout.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. That's just a little cosmetic. Yeah, it costs the team a little bit, but if you win the race, you've got a little bit of spending money. Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
It was very fun to watch. Even the announcers lost words a couple of times. They're like, "What is this kid?"
Yep. It's like he's just like it was amazing for your first burnout. If that's going to be his signature from this point forward, I love it. Keep doing it. Just don't get hurt. Don't get hurt. All right, let's talk DFS for this. Top DFS targets. These are dominators / must-have types. Again, won't really know until qualifying tomorrow, but keep an eye on these drivers specifically. We've already touched on a few of them. Kenny Larson. I just gave him another son.
Just making people up Kyle Larson. He's paying attention.
Kyle Larson, elite mile and a half stats, leads laps everywhere he goes. He does have a winless streak, which is the lower ownership upside. Tyler Reddick, mentioned him a few times, best average finish in 2026, 5.9. Strong Texas and intermediate course speed. Denny Hamlin, also recently won in the last month. Leads the series in laps led. JDR dominating intermediates. Mid-tier, these are potential PD plays. Chase Elliott, strong mile and a half consistency. If he's starting deep, definitely take him. He has elite PD upside. Bubba Wallace, sneaky, very sneaky Texas Dominator history. He has 100+ laps led in next-gen car. Also, look out for Brad Keselowski, quietly elite Texas consistency. He is a top 10 machine there. A couple sleepers, Daniel Suarez, 3 straight Texas top 10s, and Chris Buescher, strong 2026 form so far. Very underrated intermediate driver. He carries pretty good speed. These are ones to fade. Drivers starting mid-pack with no PD upside and back markers with low ceiling. Texas doesn't produce chaos like super speedways do.
Right.
So when I'm talking PD for the Cup Series, ideal PD. If you're building your team just around PD, then the starting range is kind of P20 to P30. That's your sweet spot because Texas is very hard to pass. You got deep starters, P30 plus, often that lack speed. So the ones in the back usually don't do very well there. Mid-pack cars, 20 to 30, usually have top 10 to 12 speed, but just qualify bad. Some drivers do that. Like they suck at qualifying, but they race very, very well. There's a saying that you didn't build your car for qualifying. You built your car for the race, right? So there are some drivers that absolutely do that. Clean air matters. These guys can move forward on strategy.
Yeah.
Best PD zone. The hot zone, as I would call it, 22 to 28. This is your elite. So if Chase Elliott's in there somewhere, grab his ass. Physically grab his ass. I don't know how you do it, when he's going 130. But
it's super harassment.
22 to 28. These are kind of your underqualified contenders. Again, they built their car for the track, not for qualifying. The risk zones, again, P30 plus. Usually these are junk cars, limited upside. P12 to P18 is kind of your dead zone because they're not going to be able to move up that far, right? You want people that can go from the 20s to the top 10s, but if they're just outside the top 10, you don't want them because they're not going to get you that many points, even if they do manage to find their way up and gain a few laps as the leader.
Right.
So that's pretty much it for the series goes NASCAR at Texas. What's next? I need a drink.
We back the DBacks. Talk baseball.
Yes, we do, and it's not always easy.
No, sometimes they make it a little difficult. I agree.
Especially today. They've already dropped another one on the road today, this time to the Chicago Cubs by the final score of 6-5. They have lost 6 of their last 10 games.
I don't mind as much when the score is close as I do when it's like 12-3.
Oh, you mean like it was like yesterday when they lost 13-1?
Yeah, those I don't like.
That's not good. They'll finish up their 2-game series road trip with 2 more against Cubs this weekend before coming home against the Pirates on Tuesday. I will be back in the press box at Chase Field for all 3 of those games. So I will be on the X and on social media calling this game 100%.
It's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right?
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So you don't have to cook dinner. I don't think so. Maybe Thursday. I just get whatever the ballpark wants to give me. Zach Gallen got roughed up today. He drops to 1-2 on the season. He went 3.2 innings pitched, allowed 7 hits, 6 earned run, 3 Ks, 3 walks. Now, if you want a bright side, the bullpen came in through 6.1 scoreless innings and only allowed 1 run the rest of the way against one of the hottest teams in baseball right now. That is a bright spot because at the beginning of the season, we had the starting pitching and the bullpen.
But we didn't have the closer.
Yeah. But we didn't have the bullpen. Now it seems we've got the bullpen, but the starting pitching kind of sucks.
All of a sudden dropping. Yeah.
Some bright spots from today. Vargas again continued his hit streak with a 4-for-4 day. Geraldo Perdomo hit his second home run of the season today. He finished 2-for-5 with 3 RBIs, so kudos for him. For the starters, your main 5 starters, Eduardo Rodriguez is really the only starter without a blemish. He's 2-0. He doesn't have a loss so far on the season with a 3.03 ERA. So he's carried whatever he did in the World Baseball Championship to win that for his team. Venezuela, that momentum just carried in. He's been going very, very well. He's had a couple where he didn't quite go 5, but they still ended up getting the win. So good job. That's what you're looking for. Get it to the bullpen later. Later is better. I got the alert. Bruins are about to start. Hurry up. All right, moving on. All right, what's next?
Spell my name, B.
Spell my name, B. All right, so this is our newest game called Spell My Name, B. It is a spelling bee. I'm not actually calling her a bee, unless I'm saying she's beautiful. Aww. Where Lady M will try to see how many names she can spell correctly based on Diamondbacks opponents so far this season. I've actually pulled it from basically the last 3-ish series, including today. All right, we're going to start off with one that it took me the entire series to learn how to write.
Oh, God.
Against the Chicago White Sox. Munetaka Murakami. Spell Munetaka.
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 Munataka.
That is incorrect. Over once. Mune.
E. Munetaka.
Munetaka. Okay. All right. Over
that was close.
Sam Antonacci. Spell Sam. I'm kidding. Antonacci.
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 Antonacci. A-N. T-E-N-A-C-H-I. Tanachi.
That is incorrect. A-N-A-N-T-O-N-A-C-C-I. Antonacci.
Okay.
Obviously.
Okay.
Edgar Caro. Spell Caro.
Oh gosh, there's two different directions I could go with that. Karo.
No, that would be too obvious.
Carrow.
That would also be obvious.
Caro. Is it?
Caro.
Well, when you say it like that, it sounds Spanish. Just makes me want to go.
No kidding. That's why I'm saying it like that. Spell Caro.
Quero.
Yes, all right. She got one right. 1 for 3. Technically, she got it wrong, but I'm giving her one. All right. All right. Former Boston Red Sox, current San Diego Padre, Xander Bogaerts. Spell Bogaerts.
Bogaerts. Bogarts.
Bogaerts.
Ah, they stuck an E in there.
Bogaerts.
I'm thinking Humphrey Bogart.
1 for 4. Fernando Tatis Jr. Spell Tatis.
Tatis.
That is correct. 2 for 5. All right. Jackson Churio.
Churio. Churrio.
Say that again.
Churrio.
Chourio. Still 2 for 6. All right. Christian Yelich.
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 That is correct. Christian Yelich is correct. That's 3. All right. 3 for 7. All right. Nick Horner.
Oh,
Nick
God.
Horner, you've had his baseball card.
I'm going to throw an E in there because I feel like if it was the way that it sounds, it's going to be too easy. So Hoerner.
That is correct.
Okay.
That is 4 correct, which is way better than I thought you would do already. All right, next up, Ian Happ.
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 That is correct. That is 5 correct. The final name on the list, Shotei Imanaga.
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 That is correct. She got 6 out of 10 D's for degrees. That is my methodology. That's all I needed to join the Army. I'm not going to really tell you more than that. All I needed was that piece of paper. Like, honestly, like when I knew I was joining the Army when I was just before I went into my junior year of high school. And they're like, all you need is a piece of paper. I'm like, then why the hell am I studying? Seriously. I basically just did with the exception of biology, which I got an A in because for some reason the human body, like the insides, kind of
interesting.
Yeah, it was interesting to me.
Yeah.
So, but everything else was
science,
like
so
C minus, D plus, D plus. I took algebra 1 twice and algebra 2 twice during high school.
I had this friend in high school that bitched about history because she said it was boring and she'd learned the same thing since 2nd grade. So I looked at her in the face and I'm like, okay, if it's boring because it's been the same since 2nd grade, why are you getting a D in the class? You should know all of this. She had no response to that. Just
of course not. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're going to work our way up to 200 subscribers. That's our benchmark to start out with. We definitely appreciate you watching every Friday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, unless I've got live coverage, which actually doesn't happen until week 3 of this month. Against Colorado, I'll be in the press box for the entire weekend series. Outside of that, I mean, we didn't pick our horses for the Derby. We'll have to do that on social. That's okay. That's okay. You're just gonna pick one based on who has the best name anyway.
Probably,
which is actually probably what I'll do too. All right, Lady M, thanks for jumping on today. What are the final words?
Keep loving sports.
That's the show for now. Shout out to the most badass military in the world and the toughest veterans to ever walk the planet. And as always, all you haters.